Bill and Pete Go Down the Nile. Who is the author and illustrator of this book? Do you recognize the characters? This book is a sequel to Bill and Pete. What do you think a sequel is? What do you remember about the story of Bill and Pete? Tomorrow was the first day of school, and William Everett Crocodile, who was called Bill, and his friend Pete, who was his toothbrush, were getting ready. "Don't forget your new pencil box, Bill," said Mama. "And your new lunchbox," said Pete. "It will be so nice to see Miss Ibis again, Mama," said Bill. "I wonder what you'll learn this year," said Mama. So how can Bill's friend Pete be a toothbrush? The next morning, after kissing Mama goodbye, Bill and Pete started out for school. It was fun to see all the other little crocodiles again. "Now, class," said Miss Ibis, "we are going to start this school year by studying the history and geography of Egypt and the River Nile." "Oh, goody!" cried all the children. So why do you think it's important for all the little crocodiles to learn about the River Nile and Egypt? "What did you learn today, Bill?" asked Mama. "We learned all about the River Nile, Mama," said Bill. "Well, it's nice to learn about your own town," said Mama. On Tuesday, Miss Ibis told the class about the Sphinx. "Today we learned about the Sphinx, Mama," said Bill. "You mean Sphinx, Bill," said Pete. "And oh boy, is it weird looking." On Wednesday, Miss Ibis told the class all about the pharaohs, the pyramids, and the mummies. "The pharaohs built the pyramids so they could be buried there with all their riches," Miss Ibis told them. "When they died, they were wrapped up in long strips of cloth and called mummies. The mummy was put in a beautiful case called the sarcophagus." There's a mummy, and there's the sarcophagus. "What did you learn today, Bill?" said Mama. "Oh, Mama, we learned about the pharaohs and the pyramids," said Bill. "We learned about mummies and esophaguses." "You mean sarcophaguses," said Pete. "How exciting," said Mama. On Thursday, Miss Ibis told the class about the sacred eye of Isis. "It is the most valuable jewel in all the world," said Miss Ibis. "Ooh," said all the little crocodiles. "But," she added, "there is a saying that whoever owns it has bad luck." "Ooh," said all the little crocodiles. "This is why it's kept in the Royal Museum," said Miss Ibis. "Now, how would you like to see the Sphinx, the pyramids, and sacred eye of Isis?" "Oh, yes," said all the little crocodiles. "Well, tomorrow we're going to take a class trip down the Nile." "Hooray!" they all shouted. "Okay, do you have your lunchbox?" asked Mama. "Yes, Mama," said Bill. "Now, Pete, don't forget to brush Bill's teeth," said Mama. "I won't," said Pete. "Now have a good time and listen to Miss Ibis and do what she says," said Mama. "Goodbye, Mama," said Bill and Pete. "Does everyone have their partners?" Miss Ibis asked. "Yes, Miss Ibis," the crocodiles answered. "Then forward swim." "Ooh," said all the little crocodiles. "There's the Grand Hotel." You might notice that he's using speech bubbles again, just like he did in some of his other books. "Ooh," said all the little crocodiles. "There's the Sphinx." Which one of these crocodiles is Bill? How can you tell? "Bill," said Pete, "look at that man in the car big man in the car with all the ladies." "He must be a pharaoh," said Bill. "Watch out for the bad guy." whispered an old crocodile to Bill and Pete as he swam by. Stay in line, said Miss Ibis as the Nile Queen went by. Ooh, said all the little crocodiles. Here we are at the pyramids, said Miss Ibis as the class stepped ashore. Miss Ibis brought the tickets and they went inside. The guide will hold a big mirror to help light up the passageway so we can see, Miss Ibis explained to the class. Now, as I told you all, the mummies and all the riches are no longer kept here. They are in the Royal Museum, which we will visit next. And here we will see the Sacred Eye of Isis. And where we will see the Secret Eye of Isis. Ooh, said all the little crocodiles. The class saw mummies and sarcophaguses and the Sacred Eye of Isis. There's that man again, Bill, whispered Pete. He sure looks familiar. Is that the bad guy? And then they sat down to eat their lunch. Miss Ibis, may I be excused, please, said Bill. And he and Pete went inside to find a restroom to brush Bill's teeth. Aha, look, Bill, said Pete. I thought I recognized him, the bad guy. Oh, Mr. Bad Guy, don't, cried Bill. You'll have bad luck. Be quiet, you walking suitcase, yelled the bad guy, and he locked Bill inside a sarcophagus. You can't do that to my friend, shouted Pete, and he flew into the restroom to get some toilet paper. Take that, said Pete, and he flew around and around, and presto, the bad guy was a mummy. Then Pete untied a guard who had let Bill out of the sarcophagus. Where have you been, William Everett? Scolded Mrs. Iris. Why these two fine fellows saved the Sacred Eye of Isis from falling into evil hands, said the head of the museum. The bad guy is being taken to Cairo and put in jail. And as a reward, we're going to send you all home on the Nile Queen. Ooh, said all the little crocodiles. So why did they get to go home on the Nile Queen? And so, Mama, that's what happened on our first-class trip, said Bill. My goodness, said Mama, what an adventure. And Miss Ibis was right, said Bill. The Sacred Eye of Isis does bring bad luck. Especially to bad guys, said Pete.